Sharpe, take us into the change rooms. Your best ever rev-up speech.
World Cup semi-final in 2003 against New Zealand. They were what everyone thought was unbeatable. We played a certain style of football through that World Cup, and in the space of a week, Eddie Jones, the coach, George Gregan, the skipper, had really driven home this message. We had to change the way we played. You know, one of the things that we identified was that New Zealand, when they counter-attacked, they scored a lot of points. Our whole game plan was to not kick to them. Before we ran out, it was pretty nervous because it was such a big game in Australia, but also no one really thought we were going to win. All George Gregan said was, he said, your roles might have changed a bit this week, but all you have to do is just do your job. He said, no one in this room has to be man of the match. Just do your job and fulfil your role, and if every one of us does that, then we'll win this game. And we did. We went out and got the job done.
What sticks in your mind post-game? Getting a little bit loose?
Yeah, having a few beers. It was always pretty good.
Anyone stand out above the rest?
Yeah, we had a particularly good win against France in Stade de France, and we put 50 points on France on their home soil, last game of the year. So you can imagine it was pretty chaotic in the change rooms, and they had a huge spar as they do in France. It was sort of like a 30-man spar, and the whole team was in the spar at the end of the game, beers in hand, and then someone brought a music system in there, and the boys just went crazy in the spar, and it was getting out of control.
It's a hot tub time machine.
It was a hot tub time machine, yeah.
What about the biggest clown in the change rooms?
I think probably a couple of guys are still running around. Drew Mitchell, Matt Giddo, they're always up for a laugh. There's a few clowns off the field as well.
Is there like a hierarchy in the locker rooms, in the change rooms, where you sit?
No, not really, because you play in different stadiums all the time, I suppose, but it's definitely on the bus, there's a hierarchy. And some of my fondest memories were guys battling it out for the back of the bus roll. So if a young bull wanted to challenge an old bull for that back of the seat, there was always a bit of a hotly contested sort of scuffle that went on before that.
Who challenged you?
Well, I had a crack at Toto Kefi and came unstuck, so I had to wait for him to retire, and then I just sort of snuck in there on my own. Plenty of challenges, but just young fellas. Pre-game,
do you talk tactics as well in the change room, or is that a bit of a distraction?
No, I reckon tactics is good. I think different skippers say different things. When James Hall was captain, he used to just swear a lot.
What about George Gregan? What sort of messages would he deliver?
Griggs is really specific. He would come in and say, look, for the first line out of the game, we're going to run a 5-man line out. We're going to go really hard at a specific defender. So he'd sort of target someone out. If we're playing the All Blacks, we're going to go straight at Andrew Mertens. We'll get good yards there. First scrum play would be this, first kickoff would be that. So you could actually focus in on what you were going to be doing to get yourself into the game. So that was good as well. And I think for me that was probably the best way to go about it, because you just need a little bit of direction before you went out.